I'd like to ask you a question about conviction. You don't need to be doing what you're doing. You're a smart guy. You run a great business. Sometimes there's a cost to your work, as you've seen online. It could be from the detractors or people seeking to undermine your efforts. Yet what it appears to me is that there is something motivating you to continue forward. Could you talk about what that thing is?
Sure. My greatest motivation is my country, Australia.
Hear, hear.
I could get emotional, but I am a very proud Australian. I'm very grateful for what my parents have brought me to this country and the opportunities that I have in this country. So for me, it's very important to do what I can to protect some of that in my way. I might be wrong. I might not always be right, but I think there's a place if you love your country and you can contribute. Not everyone has to do this. No one should be judged for this, but if you can and if you want to, then you need to step up, and you should. And that is where my conviction comes from, because I see this country going in a direction that, I don't necessarily like myself personally, but also my conservative views don't agree with a lot of things which are happening in this country. So we have to fight for those views and values, because there's young people just like me, other people on TikTok and all sorts of stuff from universities and Antifa and the far left and all this kind of stuff. They're out there. They're out there spreading their message. They're out there spreading their hate many times. They're out there telling people, out there telling the younger generation to hate this country. How can I hate this country when it has done so much for me? So it is from that place that I find conviction to fight for these values of this country. And I feel like I've started to express that more often now, to tell people that a lot of the things I'm talking about, you might not like it, but it's from my Australian values. And it's a very hard discussion to have, particularly with immigrants in this country, because when you come to this country, when I came in the 90s with my parents as a young boy, we weren't taught to hate this country. We were taught to stand proudly and sing the national anthem, and we were taught about the history of this country. Today, the next generation of migrants and the younger people growing up, even the little kids who are the daughters and children of hardworking migrants, they're growing up being told that, this country sucks. And it's not true. It's not true. And we have to fight that narrative. And if the little things that I do might even just change one outcome for one thing, I think that's important. And that's where I get my conviction. And that's why I do what I do.